Good morning, fifth graders. Today we are going to continue our fraction unit by solving real-world problems involving fractions. So I'm going to show you how we could do one problem, and then you guys are going to do the rest of the problems in a similar way. So you're going to notice that your problems look like this today, where there's multiple steps. These are here to make sure that you are slowing down and taking your time to make sure that you are knowing exactly what you're doing and doing the problem the right way. So the first thing you want to do is read the problem. So right here, this problem says, Anna has 3 4/5 cups of flour. She uses 1 1/3 cups of flour to make a cake. How many cups of flour does she have left? Step 1, I'm going to go back to that problem and decide if I am finding an exact answer or estimating. Remember that if we're estimating, we're making a best guess. We're not finding that exact answer. Well, in order to make a best guess, or if I'm supposed to make a best guess, there are some words I'm going to see. So I'm going to think to myself, do I see that word estimate anywhere in the problem? And I don't. I'm going to look for the word about. I don't see the word about anymore. I'm going to look for the word between, because sometimes when we see estimation problems, it means it might say between which two numbers, which wouldn't be estimating because we're not finding the exact. I don't see the word between. Do I see the word approximate or approximately? Nope. Do I see the word round? Nope. Since I don't see any of those words, it means I'm finding an exact answer, which means when I actually do my work, I will be making sure that I am finding a least common denominator and putting the exact answer. So step 2 says circle which operation you're doing. So I have to decide, am I adding or am I subtracting? So I go back to the problem again and I read it again. So we're reading the problem at least 3 times to make sure we're doing it the right way. It says Anna has 3 4/5 cups of flour. Well, that means I know my starting number. And then it says she uses 1 1/3 cups of flour to make a cake. When we say she uses something, it usually means she uses it up. When you use something up, it means you don't have it anymore. So that makes me think this is subtraction. I'm going to check just to make sure I know that it's using it up. It says, how many cups of flour does she have left? Well, okay, so that means she starts with this 3 4/5. She uses up 1 1/3, and I want to know how much she has left. That means I started with my total, I used part of it, and I want to know what the part remaining is. That's subtraction. Using something up and saying how much someone has left of something, those are both telling me we are subtracting. So I'm going to circle the word subtract. And before I can type my final answer in the box below, I have to actually do my work on my whiteboard and take a picture of it. So I'm going to show you how I would do that. I don't have a whiteboard at home, but I do have paper and a marker, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that on my paper, take my picture, and then type my final answer in a full sentence. Okay, so here you can see I have set up the problem in my notebook. She starts with that 3 4/5 cups of flour, and she uses up 1 1/3. I decided I was subtracting, so I wrote that, and I set it up so that I can do my work right over here. Right away, I see that these are mixed numbers and that they are unlike fractions. So the first thing I'm going to do is set it up so that I can make them like fractions. So I'm putting equals, and I'm rewriting my whole number so that I don't forget it. And then I am counting by 5s, and I'm counting by 3s so that I can find my least common denominator. 5, 10, 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and I found out my LCD was 15. So I wrote that LCD right here. It's 15. So I'm going to make that my new denominator. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and put 15 and 15. And then we remember, well, what do we have to do to our 5 to get our 15? What did we do over here? We counted by 5, 1, 2, 3 times. Counting by a number a certain number of times is the same thing as multiplying. So 5 times 3 is how I got that 15. So I have to do the same thing to my numerator. 4 times 3 is 12. Then I have to do that with my bottom mixed number. I say, well, what did I do to my 3 to get to my 15? I counted by 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 5 is 5. Now I just subtract. So I always like to subtract my whole number first so I don't forget it. 3 minus 1 is 2. So she has 2 whole cups of flour left. And then my denominator stays the same. And I subtract my numerator. 12 minus 5 is 7. I always check to see if I can simplify. So that means I'm going to list the factors of 7. 7 is a prime number. That means the only factors are 1 and itself. And then I list the factors of 15. 1, 3, 5, 15. The only factor that 7 and 15 have in common is 1. Because of that, I know that I can't simplify 7/15. So 2 and 7/15 is my final answer. Remember, when we work with story problems, we are going to write that in a full sentence to make sure that we really understood what we are doing. So I'm going to show you how we're going to take this and turn it into a sentence. So now that I know my answer is 2 and 7/15, I need to make sure I have the unit, which means is it cups, is it feet, is it inches, is it pounds? And I also need to make sure that I have it in a sentence so that I understand what I'm saying. So I go back to my problem and I say, I look for the question. It says, how many cups of flour does she have left? Well, I'm going to go up here and say, well, who is she? She is Anna. So that's how I'm going to start my sentence. Anna has, and it says how many cups of flour. Well, that's what I just found out. 2 and 7/15. Anna has 2, and then I put a space after my whole number, and then my numerator, backslash for my fraction, my denominator, 2 and 7/15. I make sure I put cups, because that's the unit that it says right here, cups of flour, because that's what the problem says, left. And then I put a period at the end, and that's it. I'm done with this problem. Then I need to make sure that I am taking a picture. So I come up here to the insert image camera. And mine, because I'm using the camera right here, it's not working. Because I'm using the camera to record this video, I can't take a picture, but you all know how to do that. You press this, and then it pops up, and you click the camera, take your picture, and put it right here. Okay? So you are going to have problems just like this. They're not always going to be exact and subtract, though. You have to figure that out from reading. So on yours, you're going to read the problem, decide if it's exact or estimate, add or subtract, do the work, and type your answer just like I did. You have 3 problems like that, and then 1 problem where you're showing your work and then just choosing the best answer. And this one you're subtracting. And then you have 1 review problem where you're turning an improper fraction into a mixed number. Rate yourself and submit your slides on Schoology.